How to drive a high performance culture inside your business. That's what we're here to talk about today, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Rachel Steininger, and today's video will cover why high performance culture is important for your business results, the absolute don'ts when it comes to driving a high performance culture, and finally, 3 concrete steps you can take to build a high performance team. Are you ready? Let's go. So why is high performance culture so important anyhow? Well, there's a couple points that come out when we are building and driving a high performance culture. First, the personal satisfaction of knowing that your employees will take initiative all on their own without you having to use authority to make it happen. You know that your people are operating in their just right role, contributing at their very best. You also know that everyone's working together, driven toward a defined goal, and it results in better results. But also more engaged employees with higher satisfaction rate on their job. And that typically means lower turnover for you and more loyalty back to you. You get employees powered up to do the right things in their role, not just checking off to-do lists or answering emails, but really driving the business forward. That means better top-line results, and for you as a manager, you get that loyalty and the rewards on both ends. As a manager, you can see the benefits to this directly in the business results, but there's also a general feel of collaboration, everyone being on task, and when someone needs help, the whole team is there to step up and take on a piece of the work. Let's talk about what's not included in a high performance culture. As we're about to get into what's not included in a high performance culture, I'd love to hear from you below. What is it that you see as being a key benefit of a high performance culture on your team? And what is it that you're still missing? So let's talk about a little bit about what's not included in a high performance culture, the don'ts of driving that high performance culture. First, it's the star player model. I have yet to see a high performance culture where one star player sits above the rest. The collaboration, trust, and coordination that's inherent in a high performance culture totally runs counter to this star player model and ultimately creates unrest and discord. Also, if there is a lack of respect for different personality types, a true high performance culture will instead have respect for each other's talents, contributions, and personality types. Well, there's a code of conduct. Everyone knows this is what we do and this is how we act. Team players acknowledge that different people have different personality and talents, and that is what brings them together. The other thing you won't find inside a high performance team are excuses and apologies. Inside a high performance culture, people recognize that it's their result and continued partnership that matter. While mistakes happen, it's not the apologies that people are looking for, it's the action, the next step, the carrying it forward to get the common results. Now, one of my clients went through this. She had discovered early on in her career that people on her high performance team, they didn't want the excuses from her. They didn't want the apologies. They kept saying to her, stop apologizing, stop apologizing. And to her, that felt like she was being a bad person. But what she realized on that team was that when she instead just said, I'm sorry, let's do this thing next, she got much better results, and it kept that cohesive culture of the high performance team in play. Now that we've looked at what a high performance culture does not include, I'm gonna share with you 3 concrete steps you can take to build a high performance culture in your team. But first, if you are getting value out of this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. I know you won't wanna miss out on the weekly tips we drop here toward maximizing the results for your team and your business. All right, so let's talk about 3 concrete steps you can take to build a high performance team. There are lots of different opinions on what it takes to build the high performance culture in the first place, but here are a couple of the commonalities among high performance teams. A high performance team knows exactly what they are looking to achieve as a whole, but team members also have attachment to their individual impact as well. That's why using something like the 3 I's formula, as I've described in other videos, that's including indicator goals in the form of SMART goal structure, as well as identity and individual goals, can be so powerful in forming the high performance team. 2 is establishing clear communication. A team that communicates well goes part and parcel with a team that succeeds. Clear communication is necessary to create a number of the building blocks for a high performance team. Understanding what each person's role is and how they do and do not contribute. And this communication is not just in formal channels. In my experience working with high performance team, we would have weekly team meetings, any number of informal communications throughout the day, and then once or twice a year, we would do a team offsite where we really got to dive deep into the strategy, do some of that deep work, as well as spend time together in a personal and informal fashion. Given we were scattered in different offices and in different roles, that worked well for us. But more than that, we enjoyed working with each other. And That cycle of communication, getting to know one another in our professional strengths as well as in our personal strengths, really builds and compounds that effect of communication, team unity, and high performance. And that brings me to my last point. We want to celebrate the individual while showing respect to the team. This can feel a little elusive at times, but a great high-performance team values both the individual as well as the team. So here are a couple quick tips. 1, allow your employees some freedom to step on and take on responsibilities, even if you don't think they are ready. I've been in client workshops where just coordinating in a certain way, bringing out the best of both team and individual, has employees raising their hands that their employer, even their teammates, were surprised to say, wait, they're volunteering? You never know that person that's just itching to step up, waiting for the opportunity to do so. So having seen this in client after client, the way we've implemented our workshops with them, your employees oftentimes are ready to step on and take on something new. And when we think of them in responsibilities or readiness level that's not quite there yet, we don't give them the chance. So give that opportunity, allow some room for them to stretch, because you're going to see your employees step up, and that's what starts building that high performance culture. Another tip is to develop an understanding of their personalities. There are all sorts of great personality tests. One of my favorites is the MBTI, Myers-Briggs, which you can have your team take for free and come together to discuss. This can help tell you about how people respond to expectations, how they like to be rewarded or communicated with, and why they might have a need for something that you might otherwise find annoying. Again, this is something that my clients have found so useful when dealing with their team, understanding that maybe they have a lot of the same personality there, or the personalities on their team are very different than them as an individual. Maybe they're very self-driven, very motivated to do things just because they decided to, whereas they might have team members who really need a lot of the accountability and ongoing support. When we take the personality test, we realize that this isn't a good or bad thing, it's just the way our team is. Tapping into those personalities, understanding them better, and helping everybody to work better together means, again, recognizing that individual in the context of the team and how everybody can contribute. Final quick tip, if you want collaboration, you need to be a collaborator. In other words, even when you're in high stress mode, you as the leader need to monitor the level of authority you are relying upon. While you may know you have the authority to hire, fire, promote, or pay based on how well someone jumps at your commands, this can turn off exactly the autonomy and self-governance that a high-performance team needs. So don't be that boss. Instead, use influence techniques in the way that you're managing your employees. Influence techniques that allow you to encourage the collaboration, encourage the individuality. Instead of going into authoritarian mode, continue to rely on influence. Continue to know that you can trust your team to get things done, to pull in and work together, even when things are stressful, even when a lot of crazy stuff is going on in the background. Be the boss that relies on influence, on collaboration, in order to create that sense of culture within your team. If you'd like to see what's possible when you have a high-performing team, check out the case study video linked below and check out how my client was able to double his business and start working on his business instead of in it using the techniques we've just discussed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.